What is going on, ladies and gentlemen, I'm Steven and welcome to my review of the Cubot X9 from China. Now this phone is very interesting, a very good alternative to iPhone clones because much better quality. It retails for only $145 on cooliecool.com, and let me tell you the specs of the smartphone because they are pretty amazing for the price. It comes with a 5-inch HD screen, so 1280x720 pixels, not full HD, but for the small size it's actually okay. The MTK 6592M Octa Core, it's the slower clocked Octa Core, so the 1.4 GHz version, but still enough power. Quad band GSM, only dual band WCDMA, so maybe not for the American guys. And yeah, it just has 2G and 3G networks, so no LTE. But this phone comes with 2GB of RAM and real 16GB of ROM, so no fake partitions. It also comes with a 13 megapixel back camera and an 8 megapixel front facing camera. You will later also see some sample pics. It's running Android KitKat straight out of the box, and the best thing, full metal body, so at least the back side, so the shell of the phone, just like on the iPhone clones. And yeah, I have to say I've tested this device now for 1 week and I was pretty impressed because my first Cubot was on a very cheap phone. It was the S308 or something, and the quality was not that good. But here on the smartphone, I was really impressed. But now let's see, so let's start with the review. Now here's the box which I got from cooliecool.com. As always, you can find a link to the seller down below in the description, so feel free to check it out. Now everything you can see here was included, and first of all, let's have a look at the charger. This charger looks kinda nice. I've never seen this phone before. Comes here with the correct power socket connector for my country, so the European one. Here the USB port, it's straight in. So actually the charger looks pretty good, but as you may know, I'm using my 6-port charger from Innertech because yeah, I have a lot of phones which I test at the same time. Now here we can see the USB cable, it comes in black and the charger in white. I have no clue why, but anyway, normal micro USB cable. Here we have the little pin here to open up the SIM card tray, because just like on the iPhone 6 or some other phones like the Umi Zero, so those slim design phones, you have to open it up with that pin, and we have 2 of those slots. As always, a quick starter guide is included which tells you the basic things about the smartphone in different languages with pictures, but if you have had a smartphone before, you will probably won't need it. Then also included is a screen protector. There was already one on the smartphone which I have removed, and a microfiber cloth to clean the display. Okay, so basically that's it. Also on the back side of the smartphone there's the sticker which tells you how to remove the SIM card tray. As you can see, we have 2 SIM card trays, so it's a dual SIM, dual standby device. But if you want to use a micro SD card, you can just use 1 SIM card. And here we can find the EMA number, so don't lose that sticker, because if you corrupt your software, for instance, by flashing a different ROM, you can easily restore it with the EMA printed on the sticker. Then now, let's have a look at the smartphone. Oh yeah, so we're now here outside to show you the smartphone because some people said they want to see the smartphone under natural lighting conditions. And yeah, correct, it looks a bit different. But anyway, I'm really surprised by the build quality because my last Cubot, if you have ever seen the S168 or the S308, then you know they have all plastic body, not the best build quality. But if you have a look at the Cubot X9, then you can see it looks very premium. We have here a metal back cover with some nice looking logo. Then it opens up the same way like the iPhone, so you have here 2 bottom screws. We have all the buttons and SIM card trays here aligned on the right side of the smartphone. Here we have the back camera, which actually looks pretty big, so the lens looks really big. And here we can see the 3.5mm connector, and the smartphone is very slim. So the design is a bit like the iPhone, but way better than on any one-to-one clone. Now let's have a look here at the backside of the Cubot X9, and once again you can see, yes, metal body, so the whole backside and the bottom case part here is made out of metal. The top, I cannot tell you if it's Gorilla Glass, but yeah, it looks pretty stable. Also, if you press very hard against the screen, you can't see any pressure points. It's very good build quality, I really have to say this. And also there's a little hole here under the LED flash. I'm not sure if this is a reset hole or a back microphone. It looks a bit too small for a reset hole, but anyway, there should be a reset hole because you can't remove the battery. It comes with integrated battery. The LED flash here looks a bit small, but we will later test it anyway, so we will see if it's strong or not. And here we can see the back camera, and yeah, as you can see the lens looks really big, and I'm really surprised by the camera quality too, because usually on slim smartphones the camera quality is not that good, but here I have to say it's pretty okay. Then let's have a look here on the right side of the smartphone. Once again you can see all the buttons, and also the buttons are made out of metal. So here you can see it once again, closer look on the SIM card trays, and you have two SIM card trays. So one for nano SIM, one for micro SIM. And the nano SIM card tray has two functions. So it can hold one SIM card or one micro SD card. So basically the main SIM here is the micro SIM. If you want to use an TF card, then you can put it into the second slot here. But if you do this, you cannot use the nano SIM card anymore. So you have to choose between a second SIM card or an TF card. But this device comes with real 16GB of ROM. So a TF card is not really needed, at least for me, because I don't use that much space. But anyway, that's a bit of a problem, because you cannot use two SIM cards and one micro SD card. And that's the only thing which I don't really like. And also if you shake the smartphone, you hear that those SIM card trays wobble a bit. So that's the only thing about the build quality which I don't really like. But anyway, I have to say, way better build quality than any iPhone clone you can find on the market right now. Now the bottom side of the Cubot X9 holds two star screws to open it up, and then you can just lift up the display and the glass. Here we have the speaker, and somewhere there should be the bottom microphone. I don't know if it's left or right, but anyway, I think the speaker is just on one side, and on the other side we have the microphone. And the capacitive buttons here at the bottom don't have backlight. So this is also something which I don't really like. If we now check out the top of the phone, we can see all the important things, like on the left side here, light and proximity sensor, in the middle the speaker, and right from the speaker the front facing camera. Now the notification LED, which is also present on the smartphone, is just placed on the bottom side, left from the home button. But as you can see, the display is completely black when it's turned off, has nice colors, great viewing angles, so definitely IPS, and also the phone is as thin as the iPhone 6. So in my opinion, the better alternative to an iPhone clone. So I have now turned on the smartphone, the boot time is 40 seconds, and it boots directly here into the home screen. And what do you see, guys? Yes, it looks a bit like ColorOS, and the launcher and the widgets here really look like ColorOS, and yeah. I don't really like the launcher and everything, because if you just have a look at this, it comes with some crappy effects, which make the launcher and everything here lag a little bit. But anyway, you can replace it if you want to, and yeah, it's Android, you can do whatever you want with it. Then let's go to the settings and let's see on which Android version this baby is running. So let's go to About the Phone, and here we can see it comes straight out of the box with Android KitKat 4.4.4. And when I've started the phone for the first time, I was quite impressed that it comes with a wireless update. So maybe there was just one OTA update, I cannot tell you if there are OTA updates in the future, but currently it's running KitKat, and don't expect that there will be soon Android Lollipop, so still not even on my Galaxy Note 4, so you still have to wait if you want to see Lollipop on a lot of China phones. Anyway, let's go through the settings and let's check out the features of the Cubot X9. At the top we have Wi-Fi, so let's just check this out and let's see if it's working. Switch now to on, let's see if it can connect to my home network. Okay, not in range. Oh yeah, it's connected right now. Signal strength is good, 54 Mbits, that's the maximum for a router. Actually, it looks very good. And yeah, Wi-Fi is working, so I now get my damn Facebook messages. Okay. Whatever, let's go back to the settings and let's have a look at the other features. It also comes with Bluetooth, perfectly working with my Bluetooth speaker, and also Hot Knot. And if you don't know what Hot Knot is, I will give you a little demonstration in just a couple of seconds, but first of all let me tell you what this can do. So it allows data exchange when the screen touches another device. So basically this is MTK's NFC. So let's have a look at this. Okay, so say hello to my little friend, the Doogee DG700 outdoor phone. Now this also supports Hot Knot, and data exchange with Hot Knot only works if both phones support Hot Knot. Hot Knot is not compatible with NFC because it's a different technology. But basically the thing what it does, so transmitting data, is the same. So let's just have a look at this. Let's say I want to send this picture to the outdoor phone, which is, by the way, really big, so you can definitely kill somebody with that thing. And now you just have to touch the screen of the device like this. Then if you hear the beep, you remove it. And as you can see, it's now sending the picture to the other smartphone. And this works perfectly well, but it's not that cool like Android Beam, where you just press on the screen and then boom, it's on the other screen. So Hot is more interactive. You have to touch the other device, and yeah, it's a bit funny because it's just like hugging your smartphone or something. And since this technology here works with the touchscreen and some sensors, it's not compatible with NFC, which uses an NFC chip and antenna. So it's a whole different technology, but anyway, in the future I think NFC and Hot will be very awesome. So let's stay tuned and let's wait what we can see in 2015. Okay, we're now back in the settings and let's check out the rest. First of all, here at the bottom on the left side you can see the notification LED. It can light up in red, green and blue and is located left from the home button. On the top would be better, but anyway, that's just my opinion. So we have here everything you also have on every other Android smartphone. So let's go back here and let's just check out the important things like finger gesture. And this is something which I really like about the Cubot ROM, except with the launcher and the design, that it works with a lot of gestures. So we have here double click to wake, we have for instance double tap the home button to lock, and all this is implemented so you don't have to play around with some modules or something. It comes everything pre-installed in the settings and it works perfectly well. Also the touch sensitivity of the touchscreen feels pretty good. It also supports gestures, so air gestures just like the Galaxy S5. And this uses the proximity sensor and some other sensors, which is located at the top of the smartphone. It also comes with support gloves touch to just adjust the sensitivity of the touchscreen. And if you have a look at storage, then this is the best thing ever. One partition on KitKat, and you have full access to all the memory you can see here. And if you already know from my other videos, then a lot of China phones, especially with a lot of memory, come with two partitions and one very small main partition, and then you have to repartition, and this gets really annoying, but here you can use all the space. Now here are the battery stats, and yeah, I'm not sure if I've charged to 100%, but I guess yes. And battery lifetime is pretty okay. 1 day, no problem, but also not much more than 1 day. Because the phone is very slim, just like the iPhone, and they say it comes with a 2200 mAh battery. I cannot tell you if it's true, but I have to say battery lifetime for an Octa Core 1 day plus is actually pretty good. Also the RAM consumption here, 500 megabytes used of the ROM, and we still have 1.4 GB of free RAM, so it definitely comes with 2 GB of RAM, which is very good because a lot of Octa Cores only come with 1 GB, and they're even more expensive than this smartphone here. Also the rest of the ROM, very clean, good job Cubot, no Chinese applications. Then let's have a look at the other things here, so location-based services, GPS. GPS test will come a bit later. Accounts, just like on every other Android phone, and yeah, that's basically it. Also developer options, just like on every other Android phone. Okay, so we're now here back on the home screen, and I would say let's go through the most important applications, so let's go. Now first of all, the gesture test. So this ROM comes with a lot of gesture controls, but is the proximity sensor also working? Oh, it doesn't look like it. Oh, yeah, it works. But you can see the range is very small, and it works just within a very small range, and that means you should try to recalibrate it, and if it is still not working, then there's maybe an issue with the gesture sensor. So I will play around with the settings and maybe I can recalibrate it. As always, you will find the result down below in the description on chinadevices.com. Then now let's go and let's check out the basic functions of the smartphone. First of all, let's start with the Android status bar. Also this one here is a little bit modded, so here we can see the notifications, and here the buttons at the top look a bit different, also a bit like ColorOS. And let's just have a look here at the torch. And this shows us how strong the flashlight is, and yeah, I have to say it's pretty okay. What we can do now is we can just turn off the light, and yeah, it's bright. It's not yellow, that's a good thing, so it's just a bit yellow but very white. And yeah, it's not too strong as you can see, but I would say it's okay if you lose something at night and you want to search it. But for real photos at night it's not the best, because as you have seen it's also a bit small. So dual LED flash or bigger LED would be much better. Anyway, that's not the main point of the smartphone, so let's check out the rest here. We have here the dialer application, and I'm connected to my network. Just make sure you check the frequencies before you buy the smartphone, because maybe in your country it doesn't work, so please check this. Now the sensors are working. As you can see, it shuts off the display, that's pretty good. We can just check out here the speaker, and now this is the speaker quality here at maximum volume. It could be a tick louder and also a bit clearer, but anyway, I would say for a slim smartphone, speaker quality is okay. Speaker is located here at the bottom. Now you can hear it, and yeah, that's the speaker quality. And the GSM reception is not that good, it could be better. Normally I have almost full signal. Okay, now I see the signal is almost full. So I would say it's okay. Just outside I had some drops in the signal, but this is mostly on slim smartphones because the antenna design is not that great. So typing on the screen feels pretty good. It's a 5-point multi-touch capacitive touchscreen. And also the build quality of the screen feels pretty good because also if you press very hard on the screen, I have not seen any pressure points. Okay, that's the gallery, and I would say now let's go outside and let's test the camera. Alright fellas, we're now here outside in my garden and best lighting conditions, so the camera of the Cubot X9 should deliver some awesome photos. The datasheet tells us 30 megapixels, but yeah, I don't think this is true anyway. I will just put some samples down below in the description, you can check them with Earwin View. Here we have touch autofocus, also tracking mode is working perfectly good on the smartphone. Now, it's quite hard to track something on mirroring surface, just like here, but it works pretty well on the Cubot X9. Also the focus here with the lighting looks very good. Then let's press the shutter, so it's now taking some photos, a bit laggy, but yeah, just a bit. Then we can go here to the settings and the camera settings. And now the settings will look a bit different, so we just have here picture size and also the preview size in 1. And here you can switch between 4:3 and 16:9. Now the maximum in 4:3 is 13 megapixel and in 16:9 it's 12 megapixel. But yeah, I have to say, looks very good on the smartphone. But as always, you can find the samples down below in the description. So those are raw samples and you can just download them. This is the front facing camera and yeah, it's wide angle, it's not zoomed in. That looks kinda good. I'm not really sure about the megapixels, but yeah, you will also find a sample from the front camera down below in the description. Now the tap autofocus also works in front facing camera mode and yeah, basically that's it. The last thing we can check out right now is video mode. This works with the front and back camera. And what I will do now is record some sample videos and just put them here into this video. So I will now take this phone here for a ride and let's just see how the back camera and front camera looks on the PC. Okay guys, so this is the back camera of the Cubot X9 and as you can see, if you focus on something and it's a bit dark, then it starts the LED flash and it looks pretty good. Also the video quality on the smartphone looks surprisingly good. Then now let's take it for a short ride, so there we go. So this is automatic setting and you see it's just a little bit dark, but I haven't changed the lighting, so this is everything on automatic, just to show you this. Oh, sexy. No, this is way too old. Now this is how it looks in my hometown, so ITX in the hood. And yeah, it's just a bit dark because it's everything on automatic settings, also automatic lighting. But I have to say the quality looks really nice on the smartphone right now. Also the focusing, pretty good. And I didn't expect this for a $150 smartphone, which is something like an iPhone ripoff. So really nice quality. Now let's go and let's test the front camera. Okay guys, so this is a quick front camera test of the Cubot X9. And yeah, I cannot see anything, but I think it looks good and we will later check it out on the PC. So let's just see how it looks like. Now the camera quality looked way better on the smartphone and it also records only in 3GP, so I had to convert it. And yeah, sorry, I have to correct myself, so the camera quality, as you have seen in video mode, is not that good. Sample photos, as always, down below. And now I would say let's have a look here at the apps, and first of all, let's have a look at the speaker. Now that was the speaker, quality okay. I would say let's have a look at the other applications here before we do the benchmarks. And yeah, the launcher here sucks a bit, but anyway, here we have the Hotknot application. So this is for Hotknot as you've seen before. It comes with all the Google apps pre-installed, so this is not common on old China phones. But the Cubot here comes with the Play Store, Google Mail, Google Settings, and everything you need. And this here is the normal Google Play Store, so you can download here every application, because yeah, it's running KitKat, you won't get unsupported phone. This is an official KitKat version, and yeah, probably all applications will work on the Cubot X9. Okay, now back in the main menu, as you can see, also Google Maps pre-installed. Then here we have the gesture application. This is basically what you have seen before in the settings, but I have switched off the gestures because they are way too much. And the proximity sensor got really annoying because always when I wanted to just scroll down from the top to get the Android status bar, it just opened up some random thing. The launcher, the ROM, I would say pretty good, but yeah, remove the widgets here, just like on the Digo Elite 7, they make it a bit slow and also very useless just to take pictures here in the launcher. Anyway, the widget is a nice idea, but yeah, I don't really like this, but this is just my personal opinion. Now, basically that's it, so I think we went through all the functions here. What I will do now is a GPS test outside to see how good the GPS is working, and then we'll do some benchmarks, and after this you will hear my conclusion about the Cubot X9. Alright, we're now here outside and let's do the GPS test. As always, we will use the GPS test application because yeah, a lot of people use this and it's pretty good to compare the signal levels. Now we can see the lock is pretty fast. Now 13 satellites in view, 9 in use. Accuracy goes down to something like 10 or 9 feet. That's common also for the MTK 6592. Signal quality looks okay, some signal bars are a bit low, but yeah, the antenna layout on those devices with full metal cover are mostly not that good. But anyway, GPS will work. As you can see, we have a fix. Accuracy about 9 feet, that's the best thing you can get here. And yeah, the best signal here is something like 38 to 40. Okay, so GPS working straight out of the box, and now you will see a movie test, some benchmarks, and after this, stay tuned for my conclusion about the smartphone. Okay guys, we're now at the end of this review, and as you've seen, benchmarks also pretty good, build quality really awesome. You see I press really hard on the screen, and I really have to press very hard on the screen to get those pressure points here, not just like on the iPhone clones where you press a bit harder on the screen and it feels like it would fall apart. Anyway, build quality very nice, and yeah, for the price this phone is definitely something which I can recommend after a long time testing China phones. Now here are just some personal thoughts on this phone here. Now if you want to buy a one-to-one copy of the iPhone from China, then seriously guys, hands off. So you will have a lot of problems. And also if it comes with the Apple logo, it's a counterfeit product, maybe the customs will seize it, then the money is gone. And also it's a 50-50 game, it's just like playing roulette or something. And maybe sometimes you get a pretty good clone and it's good assembled, it works. But sometimes users have a lot of problems. For instance, it just breaks during charging. There are a lot of issues with the firmware, also they use crappy hardware. And those phones with the crappy MTK 6582 retail for something like $150. But for $150 you can get a Chinese brand phone like the Cubot. I mean, it's not the best brand, but at least it's a brand and not a counterfeit product. And yeah, they designed it pretty good. You get an Octa Core, and the price really dropped from the Octa Core because now we have the 64-bit MTK generation. I will get my Suppo and the Elephone P6000 very soon, so expect some very cool reviews. But for now I can say, if you look something which should be as thin as the iPhone, but doesn't have to look like the iPhone exactly, then have a look at the Cubot X9. And you can find a link down below in the description to Coolie Cool. And yeah, I know, please don't flame me right now. There are a lot of negative reviews about Coolie Cool, but personally I have never had a problem with them. And yeah, I do reviews for them, but it's my personal opinion and not the opinion from Coolie Cool. So you can also check out chinadevices.com. We will help you to find the perfect smartphone for you. Just feel free to check it out. Please give me some time, I will now do some other benchmarks like the Geekbench battery test, upload the samples, so maybe the written review will just be online tomorrow and the next days. Okay guys, so thank you so much for watching, thanks to all my subscribers. If you liked this review, please feel free to leave a like or subscribe, and as always guys, I hope I see you again in my next videos. Bye bye and have a nice day.